and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
I am Tayo Salam. Many thanks for joining us again.
We'll begin the show with Nigeria Professional Football League. And of course, the game decided on Monday. It was all about Abia Warriors taming Rangers. It was a derby.
Yep.
Where Abia Warriors came out smiling in it. Just one goal, but then that was enough.
Fantastic strike indeed coming from Paul Sampson. What a goal. Worthy of any match winner. Congratulations to Abia Warriors. That kind of eases a bit of pressure on coach Imama Amakabo. Also on the show, this time around, let's move on to today. The UEFA Champions League is back. Last 16 clash, 2 games today. Of course, the standout is between Barcelona and PSG. No Neymar, but they've got Kylian Mbappe going heads up against Lionel Messi.
We can't wait for this to happen. What a way to start the UEFA Champions League in 2021. 2 top stars, getting on the pitch tonight. Also on the program, Utah Jazz, they just don't know how to lose. They just continue streaking.
Yep.
And of course, they top the 76ers. And for all that is worth, I mean, Ben Simmons, okay, yeah. Right? Okay.
Oh, what happens to Ben?
Yeah. How do you have 42 points, a career high, and be on the losing side? 12 assists, 9 rebounds.
Yeah, just one shot shy of a triple-double. These things happen.
And then you're on the losing side because you're facing those guys who are just unstoppable and unplayable. Talking about Utah Jazz, their 8th consecutive win, 19 in 20 games.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Insane.
Form. And that's why, I mean, this was actually a battle between the top in the West and top in the East. At the end of the day, it was Utah Jazz coming out on top in that game. We'll come back to that game much later on. But there were other games as well, Cecilia. A lot of very high-scoring encounters in the NBA last night and this morning. We have all the results for you. So just stick with us and let's go on straight into it and start with the Bulls and the Pacers. Ended 120 to 112 in favor of Chicago. And it was Zach LaVine. How many times are we going to talk about this guy?
Yeah.
This season, 30 points on the night for Zach LaVine in that victory. The Rockets and the Wizards faced off. This was a reunion of some sort for John Wall.
Yeah.
Going back to Washington for the first time since he got traded for James Harden. He ended up on the losing side. Too bad. That was because his former teammate, Bradley Beal, was simply unstoppable.
37 on the night.
There you go.
And of course, Russell Westbrook, he woke up. I mean, his 6th triple-double of the season. 16 points, 15 assists, and 13 rebounds.
Not bad.
Nice one.
Not bad. Another win for the Wizards. Very rare, but if they can carry on in this form, they might just sneak into the playoffs eventually because they have the talent to do just that.
All of them just have to step up.
Exactly.
Talent, not enough. Hard work is what is better.
You're right. All right, let's go on to the Hawks and the Knicks. What a game for Julius Randle. 44 points on the night, a career best 7 3-pointers for the Knicks in their 3rd straight victory. This time was against the Hawks, 123 to 112. Must be said that the Atlanta Hawks are slumping at the moment. The star match of yesterday night was the 76ers losing against the Utah Jazz. 123 to 134. It was a shootout. That's it. Because when we come back into the analysis of the game, you get a better understanding of why we've called that a shootout. Because so many players stepped up in this game. Career highs, season highs from a lot of players in this game. We'll come back to it shortly. The 76ers, let's go to the Cavs and the Warriors. It was Steph Curry scoring 36 points in just 3 quarters. They didn't need him for the 4th quarter because the game was good. Was good as done by then because the Cavs have been so poor recently. That was their 8th loss.
Isaac Okoro, my heart will go out for him.
Yeah, they started so well, but I think I know where the problem is. Andre Drummond, it looks like he wants out of Cleveland, and so they I mean, even when he's kind of distracted.
He is. I think it's distraction. Even when you want out, sometimes you can still come up with your best shots, but right now he wants out, and
Yeah, they should just...
He's not settled. They should let him go.
They should just... I mean, look at what happened to James Harden as well and the Rockets when they first started, and just let him go and, you know...
See how he can get back to winning with him.
Exactly.
Eighth straight loss. Not a good one, yeah.
For a team we thought at the start of the season had a very good shot of making the playoffs.
Of course, but right now, what's they're dragging with? Okay, we have the worst teams here.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the Clippers against the Miami Heat. Miami Heat, another team struggling badly. It was 125 to 118 in favor of LA. Marcus Morris Sr. With a season high 32 points and 6 3-pointers for the Clippers for the fourth straight victory. This victory was even more impressive because they played without Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Yeah, that's what they should do.
That's what you should do. When your star players are not around, the other guys have to step up. Last but not the least is the Brooklyn Nets defeating the Sacramento Kings 136 to 125. Kyrie Irving with a season high 40 points in that game. James Harden, Cecilia, fifth triple-double of the season, of course, for the Nets in that victory. KD didn't play, watched that from the bench, but they didn't need his services at all on the night. All right, let's go and talk about the Jazz.
This our game. Yeah, the Jazz. I mean, the shooting show, right? The high-scoring shootout.
Best in the West, best in the East.
Together. And what do you expect? You obviously see a scoreline that looks like an all-star game.
Yeah,
that's what it was more like it. Yeah. so, I mean, Jordan Clarkson, 40 points. I mean, 40 points on the night. He was just the guy who ensured that yes, they stay in the game. And he had that came off the bench in less than 30 minutes.
Wow,
that's huge.
What a player. Jordan Clarkson.
8 3-pointers.
Take a ball wherever you are, like I said. Yeah, 8 3-pointers for the young man. They also got help from Donovan Mitchell as well, too. 24 points for the Utah Jazz, as they had to overcome a 14-point deficit very early in the game. And like we said, the Utah Jazz are in great form. They are 23-5 overall this season. They've won 8 straight games and 19 out of 20, the last 20. I mean, they don't come better than that in terms of form.
Yeah, at all. I mean, when you have these guys just trying as much as possible to put in their best. I mean, you talked about Ben Simmons, you talked about Joel Embiid. And you know, these stars, they're ready to put in their best. And when you are facing a team like the Utah Jazz, as we mentioned earlier, 19 win in 20 games. And I mean, you're facing a team like that. It's ridiculous. It's hard for them to beat them. And so that's why all the players, I mean, talked about Clarkson, it just wasn't alone in that. Donovan Mitchell, of course, had to add something. And all that. Rudy Gobert, these players just have to come out tops. And before you know it, well, the Jazz were just all out. And they got what they deserved. Won as much as 11 points.
Yeah, for Philly, they were playing without Joel Embiid. That was a late scratch because of back injury, tightness. So that's a big miss any day when you're missing a star player. In his absence, Ben Simmons tried his best. That wasn't good enough. 42 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds on the night. Tobias Harris as well.
36 points.
36.
10 rebounds. Double-double.
Yeah.
But they couldn't keep up with the Jazz.
Couldn't keep up. The Jazz are that good at the moment.
You can talk to us on our Twitter handle. And, of course, it's all about the Champions League tonight. Which team will you be rooting for? Barcelona, PSG is a big game. Leipzig and wounded Liverpool, They're supposed to be champions of England. Yes, they are still the champions of England. But right now, because of their current form, you really can't put your hands to say Liverpool. Are they playing like champions? Not really. But tonight, UEFA Champions League is back. Also talk about the Super Falcons. Since October 2019, finally, all the players are together in Turkey under a new coach, Rondram. And, of course, they will be playing CSKA Moscow, Uzbekistan, and, of course, Equatorial Guinea, just right there in a Turkish invitational tourney. It's the first time the Nigerian girls will be taking part in that. Ghana had taken part before. That was last year, and some other African teams. Well, Nigeria have never been there, but right now they are in Turkey, also preparing for that. So talk to us about Chelsea. And you have Thomas Tuchel is having a good run. His 5th win. I mean, 5 games he's been in charge, just 1 draw and 4 wins. And Timo Werner, after almost 1,000 minutes, right, finally scored. He hasn't scored since November. So, it was a little bit of a tricky fluke, though. But the most important thing is that he's on the score. But I also had an assist to win. But Tammy Abraham got injured, and Olivier Giroud, as a substitute, his 100th game coming on as substitute was also on the score sheet. So talk to us about Chelsea, Champions League, the Falcons, and of course, MPFL, Abia Warriors back to winning. Is he really back to winning? recorded another victory of the season against Rangers. I mean, that derby can be very interesting. But we start with the Super Falcons first, Tayo.
Right.
I mean, we're really happy when we discovered that these girls are really, really going to go. When it was a week to the start of the tournament, I'm like, okay, list not out. I hope you're not going to pull out like Zambia did. But all of a sudden, thankfully, that's not the case. So the girls are already in Turkey. Most of the players are there. We're still expecting some. We're expecting about 20 players to be there because some players pulled out replacements were added to it and all that. Okay, I mean, the players expected to be there. You have Tochukwu Oluwaseyi and also Christy Ohereko because Chiamaka Nnadozie, she has pulled out because of club's issue and all that. Onomebi, Gloria Ogbonna, Yahus Nanchi Ogale, Miriam Ibrahim, Chidima Okeke, Habibat Akinwade of FC Robo. She's also part of that squad. You go to the midfield where you have Rita Chikelu, Esther Sunday, Antoinette Payne. That's a new girl coming in. Halimat Ainde is also there. Patricia George from the US is also coming in. Ramat Abdulkarim was the girl who joined them after some players pulled out. So she's the new addition, our first call-up for the senior team. Forwards, you have Asisa Zoshola, who's the captain. She's there. Uchenna Kanu is also there. Francisca Odega, Chiwende Henzo, Monday Gates, and Charity Adule. She's also part of the squad. These are the players that have withdrawn to me because Atletico Madrid, Rashida Ajibade, she wasn't released. Chiamaka Nnadozie, I mean, club issues. Christian Uchebe, and of course, Ngozi Okobi, she's injured, not fully fit, so she couldn't travel to Turkey.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. But the good thing is these girls are there, so we're expecting something really, really remarkable. Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, it's great to finally get them together under the new coach who has been appointed for a while now. And it'll be very interesting to see what direction Randy is planning to take the Falcons. Of course, you cannot ignore the omission of the former captain, Desire Akbaranazi. I mean, seems something is going on there. Something is amiss that we're not sure about. Hopefully we get to hear from the coaches on that later on. But then, fantastic. Girls are all in Turkey waiting for this competition to kick off. And that's the most important thing right now.
That's the most important thing. I mean, if we can have a timeline of, you know, how the games is going to be. On Thursday, which is going to be the very first day, they will be playing against CSK in Moscow. And after that, on Saturday, they have another game. That game is a bit early, as early as 8:30 and all. So Nigeria, CSK, Moscow, you have Nigeria, Uzbekistan, Nigeria, and Equatorial Guinea. The game against Equatorial Guinea is going to be next week, Tuesday. And for one, Nigeria, Uzbekistan on Saturday. And, of course, CSK, Moscow, that will be on Thursday. I mean, it's all about competing. We're not looking at these Falcons going there and, you know, win this trophy and all that because it's hard. France are usually the guys who are very good. Last year, Chile, they won it and all that. So Falcons might just be thinking of, okay, let's see if we can just win this Turkish Cup. But then it's just more like a training camp because they've not been in action for a long time.
Come on, no one is putting any kind of pressure
on the girls,
to go and win this competition. And that's the new coach, the new sheriff in town, Randy Waldron. Wish the girls all the best in this competition. Hopefully they can do Nigeria proud. All right, that's it now, Cecilia. Let's go on with the show. Our guest seems ready. Okay,
we have Randa. Andrew is joining us here from one Randa to another. Okay.
Two Randas.
Two Randas, right. Andrew is joining us all the way from Niger State this morning to talk about this. The Super Falcons, of course, MPFL. I mean, when you see Andrew, you know that, yes, we've got to talk about the little bit of MPFL because you know he's an MPFL writer. Andrew, it's good to have you join us this morning. Good morning.
Hello, Cici. Good morning. When you said Randy, the name is still a bit. Randy. It sounds good, but it's all good. I'm really happy
to I know that.
But, you know, but
I was just on the light side.
Of course.
I'm happy for Randy and the Falcons after a long hiatus to finish back, and then Tanya and Turkey right now for their Tanya Cup. So I'm really happy for that.
Okay. I mean, so talking about the girls, let's just leave down quickly, talk about this one. I mean, the Nigeria Football Federation President, Amaju Pinnick, has been talking about how important it is, you know, to actually have a Nigerian representing us at the FIFA Council. Let's listen to him, and after that, we'll ask you some questions concerning this.
Say that being a FIFA Council is a first. Let me try to tell you what the FIFA Council is all about. It's a 37-man board that is the highest decision-making body of FIFA. It used to be called the FIFA Executive Committee. But when Gianni came with these reforms, they changed what's called the FIFA Council. Now, the council is saddled with the responsibility of taking every major critical decision after listening or getting advice from the various committees. At the moment, I serve in the organizing committee for FIFA competitions. So, but whatever we do has to go to the FIFA Council for ratification and approval. So that's how important it is. It's important because you need very strong representation from the continent of Africa. Because when you say they are zoning 10 slots to Africa, 5 slots to this, that's where all those decisions are taken. Now, my first point of call is to the global football. That I can tell you. Then CAF and Nigeria in that sequence. Because when you're going to the council, you don't just go there preaching Nigeria. That is the truth. Because that's not why you're elected. It's not Nigerians that elected you. It's Africans electing you to represent them. When you are there, you have to protect the interest of Africa first. You have to protect the interest of global football. You have to also, inadvertently, protect the interest of your country where applicable. For example, if I go there now, they say, okay, they want to advocate for 15 slots. If I speak and say Africa must have 12, 13, I'm not saying Nigeria. Because I'm quite vocal and because they look at my personality, they look at the country I come from. Oh, this guy that is speaking, where is he from? Nigeria. Google, Nigeria, 200 million people. Google is a total football country. Google, they won Nations Cup 3 times. They won the Olympic gold. They won the under-17 5 times. They won the African women 9 times. They've been up to about 6 World Cup. It's a great footballing country. So they will listen. And you cannot bully me. You cannot bully Fauzi. You cannot bully all those guys. You cannot. And we are there to protect Africa. We are there to be loyal to the system. We are there to be loyal to the president of FIFA. Because we believe it means well for this continent.
Absolutely. The importance of it. Randa, I mean, you heard him talking about all this. What do you think?
Well, I think it's a brilliant one. It is very, very beneficial to Nigeria and Africa for Amadi to be there on the FIFA board. There's a lot of influence he can make. I remember during the CHAN in Cameroon, I noticed there was no media representative from this part of the world. And I was really perplexed by it, considering that we've got some great media guys in Nigeria. So for me as a media person, it's great. You don't get guys into the FIFA Media Council or whatever it is. If you're at the last World Cup in Russia, you probably will have an idea of what I'm talking about. So for me as a Nigerian, I'll be very, very happy for a Nigerian to be on the board. 1. Number 2, Amadi is a friend, so I would love him to succeed. And number 3, to be a great opportunity for some of us to be able to get into the global stage and be able to influence things. Because we believe that, you know, there's a level you reach in your career and your life that you should be able to influence a few things that will help your colleagues in the long run. So for me, it's a win-win actually.
Okay. Win-win, obviously. Now, quickly, let's shift to Nigeria Professional Football League, the games for last now. Just look at those 2 games. I mean, we have some...
Games.
Yeah, 2 games played.
Games.
2 interesting games, right?
Played in the same venue. We have the results, of course. Abia Warriors getting the job done, surviving a late red card to defeat Rangers 1-0. And what a goal it was from Paul Sampson. We're going to get your thoughts on that as well. So Heartland 2-0 over Lobby Stars. Let's start with Heartland versus Lobby Stars. Randy.
For me, I'm really happy for Fedeli Filechuku. We call him Kamara, the anointed one. When he was an amateur, a very good friend of mine. I mean, he's like a comedian. If he didn't coach football, he probably would be a comedian. But that being said, Heartland really did a job yesterday on Lobby Stars. To be honest with you, I thought, you know, they did very well. You know, got some great goals. Samuel Nosri, you know, Eze Pascal, very, very good game, very tactical game too. They neutralized Oscar Martin, who was back for Lobby Stars. And, you know, they could virtually do nothing. Case was Zenke. It just wasn't working for Lobby yesterday because Heartland took the game to them. So they did deserve the win. I'm really happy for Kamara. Heartland have moved up the lower rungs of the table. Not exactly where they want to be, You know, but they're really doing well. And they've managed to cover last weekend's game at anything.
Interesting
indeed. So, fantastic win for Heartlander. They're not 12th on the log. Like I said, not where they want to be, but I mean, it's a step in the right direction. Let's talk about Abia Warriors and Rangers. Derby ended 1-0 in favor of Abia Warriors, the home side. And what a goal from Paul Sampson. What a name, by the way, as well.
Absolutely. And you know the funny thing, I put up the goal on my Twitter yesterday, and it's been buzzing this morning. For me, I think the goal of the season contender already. You know, he just looked at the post, looked at where the goalkeeper was positioned, dropped it in the top right-hand corner. Even Buffon or De Gea or whoever wouldn't have been able to save that ball. He knew exactly what he was doing, Paul, and he did it very well. And you know, one of the most interesting things about that game is Imama was a former Rangers coach, and now he's with Abia Warriors. So for him, it was a bit of homecoming, you know, playing against his former side. But he needed the 3 points. Imama and Abia Warriors, for me, the flop of the season. I'm sorry to say this. Imama is a good friend. We've been in national team together before, but he's a good coach. I mean, he's also when he did the Rangers in 2016.
Yeah.
But Abia Warriors, where they are right now, is absolutely, it's mind-boggling to be I keep him. I think he'll do a job for them. I think they will escape the relegation battle. And maybe when the second one comes in, you see the real Abia Warriors. But it was a beautiful game, and they deservedly won it.
Indeed. Just 10 games played, so still a lot of games out to play.
I mean, 9 points from 10 games.
Yeah, it's not
good enough. Yeah, I understand why I said they flop, because you didn't expect, after the recruitment they did the off-season and all, you expected so much from them. Let's leave MPFL and quickly go to the games that were played last night. I mean, talking about the English Premier League, where Chelsea, a routine victory over Newcastle. You also have another team, West Ham. West Ham right now, if you take a look at the table, this is not what you would have expected. But if you look at West Ham, I mean, they're above Liverpool. And, of course, Chelsea moving into the top 4. Who could have thought when Lampard was in charge, we were thinking, let's just see if we can make top for Champions League spots. But right now, I think maybe title contenders or something. What do you think,
Come on, Andrew? No title contenders here.
Chelsea, can we say they are title contenders right now from what they did last night? Just routine victory over Newcastle United.
It was an easy win. Newcastle aren't exactly a team that you bother about, but I'm happy for Timo Werner. Tuchel doing a good job at Chelsea. 2-0 routine, like you said. For me, I'm not going to like raise the flag and say, yes, it's becoming green or anything like that. Chelsea, they're a good side. I don't really understand what is happening there. Maybe the team chemistry is not really up there. But top 4, I do not think so. Maybe top 6, probably. But Newcastle isn't a team. If they're beating Man City or Spurs, then probably, sorry, I said Spurs, maybe Liverpool or any of those things, then I'll take them serious. But Tuchel, to be honest with you, is bringing new mentality into the squad. The players are playing better. You can sense that fellowship, that camaraderie is coming back, and that bond in the team is gradually coming back. So they're doing really well. But for me, the team of the season so far has to be West Ham. I do not know what is happening there, but gradually, without even doing much or making so much noise, they're up there on the table. And when I looked at the table last night, I was shocked to see West Ham above my beloved Arsenal, and it was a shock to me. But, you know, kudos to them. They really hit the ground running. David Moyes doing a lot of things. They're
Fantastic
great
job.
players. Fantastic job. They're burning the grass. And this is the thing I always tell people. Talent is good, but it's not enough. For me, the grit, the determination to burn that grass, the determination to follow every ball, face all lost courses, get the first ball, get the second ball, is what is actually working for West Ham. They don't have the best players in the Premier League, but it seems that they have one of the best teams in the Premier League.
Interesting. Yeah, it was the Declan Rice, Issa Diop, and Ryan Fredericks on target for West Ham in that particular game. 5th on the log now, and they're looking very good to perhaps challenge for one of the European sports for next season. Let's leave the Premier League now. Let's talk about the UEFA Champions League is back. Round of 16, Andrew, Andy. Let's talk about the big match for the night is between PSG and Barcelona. We all look forward to this game when the draw was made. Neymar taking on his former club and all of that, sub-club. But that's not going to be the case now. Neymar, unfortunately, is going to miss this game. What are you expecting from this matchup? PSG new manager as well, too, going up against Barcelona.
I expect a Barcelona win. They did pretty well over the weekend, you know, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to do the business against PSG for apparent reasons. If you know me, you know I'm not a big fan of PSG. But that being said, PSG managed to sneak. They didn't play really well over the last weekend in League One. Barcelona look as if they're really, you know, coming up after a few bad results. You know, so I really do think that this game will be Barcelona, maybe 2 goals or more. PSG will try their best, but Barcelona will do much better than them. Remember the previous game they played at Camp Nou, where Barcelona did that magic to come down for almost 5 goals behind to win the tie and advance into the next stage. It's not going to be a huge scoring game, but I think Barcelona to take this one.
All right. We'll go to the papers. I'll start with Sporting Sun. And Sporting Sun here, Osimhen, too expensive for RB Leipzig. Is he thinking of leaving? What are we talking about here?
Already? Come on, guys.
Okay, I mean, this guy was injured for a while and now he's back. You should just enjoy the game. Onuachu ranked in Euro Golden Shoe top 10. Okay, that's a good one. I heard of Mbappe and Ronaldo. Yes, because he's scoring. Why not? Pep, I wish I had Messi at Man City. What? Did he say that? Okay.
Well, we all wish we had Messi.
We all should have Messi. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to Sporting Life. Ademola Lookman is talking and says Josh Maja can score goals for Fulham. Nigerian breaks Ivan Ikoku's 28-year record with a brace.
Yeah, it was.
Ivan Ikoku playing for Norwich back in the days, scored 2 goals on his first start. Jurgen Klopp says, I don't need a break. You saw, you know, a bit of that earlier on the show. Salah is also talking, we will fight like champions until the end. It's good to see these Liverpool players not giving up on their season. Okoye is Eagles #1. We'll talk about this a lot more when the coach releases the Super Eagles squad.
And the last one is Complete Sports. And right here, the 2022 AFCON qualifier, Garnet Ross says Eagles prefer Uyo Stadium for Lesotho game. Okay, and everyone is talking about Teslim Balogun Stadium. That's what ended here. West Ham are not keen to sign Ahmed Musa. Yes, I mean, he couldn't. He trained with them for a while, but I didn't.
I mean, I struggled to see where he's going to play.
Okay. Well, should go to West Brom, maybe.
Anyways.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Amogbe. To have a good day.
I am Ty Salam. Join us again tomorrow.